Alrighty, here we are at Fort Smith National Historical Site. Request denied. In the spring of 1821, Osage leader Bad Tempered Buffalo appeared across the Arkansas River with 400 warriors in war paint. He and 7 warriors crossed the river requesting gunpowder and permission to hunt Cherokee lands. Acting Fort Commander Lieutenant Martin Scott refused both requests. The Osage left the fort having received answers they expected. In full view, the Osage cut trees, built rafts, and appeared ready to attack. Outnumbered 10-1, Lieutenant Scott ordered the fort's 2 cannons prepared for battle. After seeing this, the Osage left the area without incident. According to the Osage oral tradition, Bad Tempered Buffalo's actions were a bluff intended to scare the nearby Cherokee, intimidate the temporary commander, and reaffirm the Osage presence. Here we are. This is the original Fort Smith historical site that overlooks the Arkansas River, or Arkansas River. Depends on what part of the country you are, on what you call it there. But this is the site of the original fort. We have an artillery piece there, and we still have some outlines and remnants of the fort, as you can see right here, right along the bank of the river. Very scenic. Ooh, we got some water pooling up there. Must have been some rain here. But you can see here's the outline of the original fort, which I believe was 1821 or something like that, around that time period. That was set up right here, and then eventually was moved right beyond those trees over there to become Fort Smith, which is in present day Fort Smith. Here is abandoned and forgotten. Imagine spending 5 years building a home only to abandon it. This is exactly what the first Fort Smith soldiers did. They quarried rock-shaped logs and built a fort by hand. Shortly after completion in 1824, they were reassigned to repeat the process at Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. After the soldiers abandoned the fort, it was eventually lost to time. What would remain for over 120 years until its discovery by archaeologists in 1958, based on the original stone foundations the Army planned. This is what the fort may have looked like. There you have it. And there is somewhat of an outline, as you can see, in the ground right there. A powerful river. The Arkansas River has shaped the lives in this area for centuries. The river has seen this area grow. It has felt the tears of those who have suffered loss and those who remember them. Built in 1999, the Trail of Tears Overlook was a place of contemplation, a place to reflect on the injustices faced by those forcibly removed from their ancestral homes. 20 years later, May 2019, the mighty Arkansas River destroyed the overlook in a historic 500-year flood. Plans to rebuild the overlook are being evaluated. Restoration is in progress to prevent further erosion. Learn more about Indian Removal Act and federal Indian policy at the Trail of Tears National Historical Site website at nps.gov TRTE. And this is where it was at. That is the Arkansas River. Depends on what part of the country you are, what they call it. I call it the Arkansas River. And this is part of the Trail of Tears that took people from their native lands into Oklahoma onto a reservation. Very powerful river here, but a very scenic view on a very hot day. And the original Fort Smith is right up there, is where the original Fort Smith was at. Started in, I believe, 1821, overlooking the Arkansas River. Thanks for watching.